The biggest thing holding you back in life may not be what you think it is. Now, I've spent many years trying to become a better person, to look at my habits and the things I'm doing, and to get rid of things which no longer serve me and add things which make me into a better man and a better person. And over the past couple of years, I've figured out one main thing which affected my life in a dramatic way, which I didn't realize until I did a lot of self reflection. And I think it's probably impacting you and a lot of people around you, but you're just not aware of it yet. So, that thing is alcohol. Because you're drinking, you may be distracted from a job that you hate or an environment that you don't want to be in and you're afraid to change it. So perhaps you're going to work 5 days a week and spending one or two of those nights going out to the pub drinking and distracting yourself about the reality of that job and how bad it is and how miserable you are. Perhaps it's affecting your health. You're looking at other ways to improve your health without getting rid of the one thing which is really bringing your health down. When I tell a lot of people that I've given up alcohol, they list off a number of what they think are benefits for drinking. Things like, it gives me confidence, I'm able to talk to people better, or I need this in my workplace because I deal with clients and I need to take my clients out for lunch and I need to drink with them, for example. So that last example is really interesting, right? Because I've been out for many client lunches and I've been on the other end and been a client of a particular person or a company. I would always want to deal with a person who is able to go back to their job fresh and to be able to remember what we discussed in our meeting rather than just getting drunk and forgetting that. I'm pretty sure your client would prefer you to be up early in the morning, able to remember the conversation that you had the previous evening before, and to be able to action those things with a clear head and a clear mind. The other thing is, when you tell somebody you've stopped drinking, a lot of the time they think you're boasting about it. Or, if you go to the pub with some friends and you say you're not drinking, they kind of make you feel bad for that. And you've got to think why. Why are they doing that? Why do they make you feel bad for not drinking and not doing something which is not benefiting your health and is actually making your health worse? Well, there's one word which comes to mind, and that's guilt. So even I've been there when I was drinking alcohol, and I would be out with some friends or acquaintances and they weren't drinking, and I would do my best to encourage them to drink. And I did that because I guess I was guilty in some ways, because when you're doing something which you know is bad and it's documented to be bad for your health, you want to surround yourself with people who are doing the same thing so it doesn't feel like you're doing something wrong. And that's why we've been kind of socially conditioned from a young age, from movies, from TV shows, everything else, to drink, and that alcohol is normal. I remember back in my early teens, I would say, watching movies, and when the male figure in the movie was sad, or he's just broken up with his wife, or something's just happened, he would go and drown his sorrows in the bar.
Hey ho, drowning your sorrows, huh?
So I grew up thinking that was normal and that's what we should do. But in reality, alcohol makes our problems worse. It exacerbates those issues. And instead of focusing on those issues and looking at our feelings with a sober mind and a sober head, we're distracting ourselves and we're delaying that for a later time. Or, for example, when it comes to drinking and you've got a hangover, and people might encourage you to take another drink, the hair of the dog, as they call it.
Hair of the dog, love. Just drink more booze.
You're not making yourself better. Although you might feel better temporarily, you're delaying that hangover, but making it worse at the same time. I've been abstaining from alcohol for almost 2 years now, and during that time, I've really woken up to a number of things in my life and in the broader world as a whole, and I see things really as they are. But alcohol keeps us distracted to that. So when you stop drinking, you do really wake up. You're forced to face your emotions. You're forced to make decisions again, important decisions, rather than distracting yourself with a substance. It may also encourage you to give up other things in your life which aren't serving you. But the awakening is hard. You realize who your true friends are and who are just drinking buddies. You no longer get calls from the people that you would go out with on the weekends who just like to drink and dance with you. But in tandem to that, you grow your friendships, your real friendships much better, and you make new friendships whilst you are on this new path. So you may meet people who are now following a healthy lifestyle. Oh, hello, doggy. So when you're sober, you're able to realize your true potential. You're able to focus on the things which are really important and meaningful to you and those around you. And you're able to bring a better self to your relationships and your family and those who are around you. So I would really encourage you this year to try and give up alcohol. Just try it for 2 weeks and then a month and then maybe 2 months or 3 months and see how you go. See the changes in your life. It may feel very difficult at first. You may feel like you're not having as much fun. You may feel that you have to face your emotions, but this is what you should do. And of course, everything is okay in moderation. If you don't want to abstain from that, that's absolutely fine. But just make sure it's not affecting your health and your relationships and those around you. And just be aware that this has been normalized, but actually it's impacting your health and your relationships in ways that you may not be aware about yet. Thank you for watching.